have in my list is Partha Biswas. Partha, okay. Partha, he's a journalist with the Indian Express. He has been in the field of journalism since the last 7 years. He specializes in RTI, environmental, heritage, conversation, and human interest issues. Parth is going to talk about social media, creditability, and challenges before mainstream media. Over to you, Parth.
Good evening. Normally, I'm the one who's on the other side, so this is the first time maybe I'm talking to a group of people who are not students of journalism. The topic that I'm going to speak about might seem a bit odd because we do know that mainstream media is at the receiving end of criticism from everyone, while social media is slowly but steadily taking its place. By social media, I do mean the networking sites, Twitter, the blog, and all those things. Before we go to that, let's see something about media. Media is a medium to connect. We have got news, opinions, views, analysis, print, electronic, and new age media, that's the internet media. However, there is this small little box called advertisement which plays a very big and a bad role in the media industry in the mainstream sector. In conventional media, you have got the editorial, that's what I represent. You have the circulation and space marketing. Circulation and space marketing are the back-end operation, while the space marketing people are with selling space. Circulation is the people who reach the mainstream. In the social media, you have social networking, blogs, opinion, news analysis, Twitter, which is taking a very interesting role by taking our job. Maybe in the next 5 or 10 years, we will be turned redundant by social media. You know, in conventional media, the cycle of news starts with information and ends with information. And some information comes to the reporter, it goes to the chief reporter, news editor, to the recipient, that is the end user, who again becomes the source for some more news. In social media, however, we have a linear news. The user gets the news, he puts it on social media, it goes to the recipient. There is hardly any filtering or any checks in it, which is a positive thing, and at times it can become negative also. We have got around 4 or 5 levels of check in our conventional media. You have the reporting desk, you have the sub-editing desk, and the proofreaders and all those things. While in social media, you really don't have anything of that sort. The information comes, you put it on social media, and it comes to the end user. Which is a good thing, the information is raw and fresh, but it's a bad thing, it cannot be checked if you want to. Social media has got a very positive thing to it, it's that it's very dynamic, it comes to you very fast, but in conventional media, it doesn't happen so. But I will be talking about some of the negative things of social media. It's raw data. It can cause a lot of hysteria and it is very easy to spread. If you want to do something negative, you can put it on social media and the things will happen. It's easy to manipulate, there is hardly any control over the information that goes on it, and there is no verification. Well, these days it's a bit of a oxymoron if I say there is no verification, but I'll come to that in a way. The problems of credibility in social media is there is no censorship in it. There is, as of now in India, I don't think anywhere else we have any credible watch body over social media, and there is no thin line between the fact and the fiction. While in the mainstream media, there are just few problems, but the problems are huge. Those are the problems which is still in the mainstream media. You have got the control by vested interest and you have the business model. The business model for any mainstream media, let it be print or electronic, is huge. You're selling a product at ₹2, which you're investing ₹10. The 8 rupees comes from ad. Those are not paying to people. Big problem with mainstream media is control, either by advertisers, owners, or people with vested interest. I started my talk by saying that mainstream media has lost its touch. It has happened. It is controlled by some people. They are the ones who are controlling each and every aspect of media. News is controlled by them, angle is controlled by them, coverage is controlled by them, so popular touch is not there. We have got 3 layers of control in mainstream media of late: advertisers, editorial, censorship, and owners. There's lots of politics happening in mainstream media. News is scarce, news is given an angle, some things are not being reported, which is bad. You have got the Editors Guild, Broadcasters Guild, and PCI and courts, which are supposed to look into the way the media works, but they are not working the way they should. They are also controlled by someone. A big problem with mainstream media is that it does not stay popular touch. People look into newspapers to criticize the journalist. क्या आता है इसको? कुछ भी छापता है, कुछ भी आता है, सब फेक न्यूज है. However, the biggest problem, as I say, is it is controlled by few. There is a lot of public apathy towards media. And unfortunately, it's a skewed up business model. Heavy reliance on advertising would mean that you cannot do the things only with circulation. Even if it is a very popular pro-people paper and you have to survive only with circulation, it cannot happen. What's the way out of it? I think for mainstream media, a lot more freedom is necessary. And for social media, a bit of censorship is necessary. Maybe some of the people from social media needs to get into mainstream media, and from mainstream media, some of the old trusty journalists should be pushed into social media. That way you might have a balance of things, but I really don't know if that's going to happen soon or later.
Thank you, Parth. We have a small memento as well. The next speaker that I